Breaking news: political ambitions, conflict diplomacy, terror alerts, and economic pressures shape Nigeria's future. In today's news, we explore a series of significant events that are reshaping Nigeria's political, security, and economic landscapes. From Peter Obi's political future to President Tinubu's diplomatic stance at the Arab-Islamic Summit, these stories reveal the ongoing changes and challenges in Nigeria. We'll also examine rising security threats in Sokoto and Kebbi, the Nigerian Labour Congress's ultimatum to governors on minimum wage, and a glimpse into Nigeria's evolving digital economy. Stick around as we break down what these stories mean for the nation and how they impact citizens like you. Peter Obi can become president in 2027, says Tanko. Yunusa Tanko, a prominent spokesperson for the Labour Party, has expressed optimism that Peter Obi could become Nigeria's president in 2027. Tanko's statement follows the growing support that Obi garnered in the 2023 elections, where he emerged as a major third force, challenging the two-party dominance of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and the All Progressives Congress, APC. The anticipation around Obi's political future has reignited hope among a large portion of the electorate seeking change in governance. Tanko highlighted the significance of Obi's campaign strategy in 2023, emphasizing that it was centered on youth engagement, transparency, and tackling corruption. These values resonated with many Nigerians, particularly the younger demographic who felt disconnected from the status quo. Despite the challenges faced during the election, Obi's commitment to transforming Nigeria's political and economic trajectory has not wavered. According to Tanko, Obi's experience, determination, and growing influence set the stage for a potential victory in 2027. Obi's supporters are already rallying, strategizing for an even stronger campaign come 2027. Many believe that with more experience and increased grassroots mobilization, Obi can overcome the obstacles that prevented him from winning in 2023. He is seen by many as the beacon of hope in an environment rife with political distrust and disillusionment. If Obi were to succeed in 2027, it would mark a historic shift in Nigeria's political landscape, potentially ending the long-standing dominance of the APC and PDP. The path to the presidency, however, remains fraught with challenges. Obi will need to build alliances, secure funding, and navigate the complexities of Nigeria's political system, which has traditionally favored established political giants. Nevertheless, his vision for a more prosperous and equitable Nigeria continues to resonate with millions of citizens eager for positive change. His supporters remain undeterred, seeing 2027 as the opportunity to transform hope into reality. Tinubu calls for ceasefire at Arab-Islamic Summit. In an effort to address the escalating Israel-Palestinian conflict, President Bola Tinubu is set to demand a ceasefire at the upcoming Arab-Islamic Summit. Tinubu's planned intervention highlights Nigeria's evolving diplomatic role on the global stage, particularly in conflicts involving regional stability and humanitarian crises. The president's call for a ceasefire aligns with the broader international sentiment seeking an end to the violence that has claimed numerous civilian lives on both sides. Tinubu's stance is also aimed at positioning Nigeria as a key player in mediating peace across the African and Middle Eastern regions. As one of the largest and most influential countries in Africa, Nigeria's involvement is seen as crucial for fostering a unified African stance on the crisis. Tinubu's proposed ceasefire call reflects the country's commitment to maintaining peace and advocating for diplomatic solutions over prolonged conflict. At the summit, Tinubu plans to stress the importance of humanitarian aid for the victims of the ongoing crisis, urging nations to collaborate on providing essential support for displaced individuals. By emphasizing the need for dialogue, Tinubu aims to bring a fresh perspective to resolving the conflict, one that goes beyond the rhetoric of aggression and focuses on long-term peace and coexistence. Nigeria's engagement in such international matters marks an attempt to elevate its diplomatic presence and influence on a global scale. However, Tinubu's stance could also face challenges. Given the complexities of the Israel-Palestinian conflict, his call for a ceasefire might not be warmly received by all parties involved. The president's ability to navigate the delicate balance of diplomacy and effectively communicate the need for peace will be critical in determining the success of his efforts. Despite the challenges, Tinubu's approach is a bold move that demonstrates Nigeria's willingness to contribute to international peace-building efforts. Ajurin Jalali appointed to new role by Tinubu. In a recent move, President Tinubu has appointed Ajurin Jalali to a new position within the government, signaling continued trust in Jalali's capabilities and his commitment to public service. Ajurin Jalali, known for his media background and previous roles as a senior special assistant, has consistently been a strong advocate for government policies, making him a key figure in Tinubu's administration. The specifics of Jalali's new appointment have not been fully disclosed, but his prior experience in communications and policy advocacy suggests that he will play a significant role in shaping how the administration's achievements and goals are communicated to the public. His appointment is also seen as part of Tinubu's strategy to consolidate his political base by bringing in trusted and capable individuals who can help drive his vision for Nigeria. Jalali's new role will likely focus on bridging the gap between government policies and public understanding, particularly given the complexities of recent reforms in areas such as the economy, social welfare, and infrastructure development. His appointment is expected to enhance the government's transparency and outreach, ensuring that citizens are informed and engaged with the administration's agenda. This move aligns with Tinubu's emphasis on effective communication and connecting with the Nigerian populace. By appointing trusted figures like Jalali, Tinubu hopes to strengthen his government's credibility and effectiveness. However, the challenges ahead are significant. Public perception of government actions has been mixed, and gaining widespread support will require not just effective communication but also tangible results that address citizens' needs. Jalali's experience and skills will be critical in ensuring that the government's message resonates positively with the people. ACF calls for urgent action against new terror group. The Erwa Consultative Forum, ACF, has raised alarms about the emergence of a new terror group in Sokoto and Kebbi states, calling for immediate government intervention. This development has sparked concerns about the already fragile security situation in northern Nigeria, with the ACF urging the federal government to act swiftly to prevent the group from gaining momentum. The emergence of this new group poses a significant threat to regional stability, with the potential for increased violence and displacement of communities. The ACF's call comes amid rising fears that if unchecked, this new group could destabilize the region, impacting agriculture, trade, and the livelihoods of millions of residents. Sokoto and Kebbi, known for their agrarian economy, have already faced disruptions from previous security challenges. Allowing another terror group to operate in the area could further cripple local economies and exacerbate poverty, leading to long-term consequences for the affected communities. To counter this threat, the ACF has called on the federal government to deploy additional security forces and implement intelligence-driven operations to dismantle the group. The urgency of the situation cannot be understated, as previous experiences have shown that delays in responding to emerging threats can lead to the establishment of strongholds by terror groups, making them much harder to eradicate. The ACF's plea for action emphasizes the need for proactive measures to ensure peace and stability in northern Nigeria. The Nigerian government's response to this latest threat will be closely watched, both locally and internationally. Successfully addressing the issue could enhance public confidence in the government's ability to provide security, while failure to act promptly could lead to further distrust and instability. The stakes are high, and the outcome will have significant implications for the broader security landscape of Nigeria. NLC gives governors ultimatum on minimum wage payment. The Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, has issued a December 1 ultimatum to state governors, demanding the immediate implementation of the newly approved minimum wage. The NLC's ultimatum comes after repeated delays by several state governments in fulfilling the agreement to increase workers' wages, a situation that has caused frustration and hardship for many public sector employees. With rising inflation and a high cost of living, the need for a livable wage has become more urgent than ever. The NLC has warned that failure to comply with the minimum wage directive will result in nationwide strikes and protests, potentially disrupting government activities and public services. Labor leaders argue that workers deserve fair compensation, especially given the economic challenges that have led to increased prices of basic goods and services. The delay in implementing the new wage structure is seen as a disregard for workers' rights and welfare. This ultimatum highlights the ongoing struggle between labor unions and state governments over workers' rights and fair compensation. While some governors have cited financial constraints as a reason for the delay, the NLC insists that states must prioritize workers' welfare. The organization believes that the funds needed to implement the wage increase can be sourced through better fiscal management and reduction of wasteful expenditures. The coming weeks will be critical as the deadline approaches. If the state governments fail to meet the NLC's demands, Nigeria could witness significant disruptions in public services, affecting sectors such as healthcare, education, and transportation. The outcome of this standoff will have a profound impact on the lives of millions of Nigerians, particularly those who rely on public sector jobs for their livelihood. Meet 5 cybersecurity leaders in Nigeria's digital economy. Nigeria's digital economy is rapidly evolving, and at the forefront of this transformation are 5 cybersecurity leaders who are playing a pivotal role in safeguarding the country's digital infrastructure. As the nation continues to expand its presence in the global digital marketplace, the importance of robust cybersecurity cannot be overstated. These leaders are not only protecting data but are also helping to build trust in Nigeria's growing digital economy. Among these leaders is Dr. Afolabi Adebayo, whose work in developing advanced encryption technologies has positioned Nigeria as a player in the global cybersecurity landscape. Another notable figure is Funke Koro, whose advocacy for digital literacy and inclusion has helped bridge the gap between technology and underrepresented communities. These leaders are ensuring that Nigeria's digital economy is not only profitable but also secure and inclusive. Cybersecurity has become a multi-billion-dollar industry in Nigeria, driven by the need to protect financial transactions, personal data, and critical infrastructure. With the rise of online banking, e-commerce, and digital communication, the risks associated with cyber threats have also increased. These cybersecurity experts are leading efforts to combat fraud, data breaches, and other forms of cybercrime that could undermine confidence in the digital space. Their contributions are crucial in an era where digital trust is a key factor for economic growth. As Nigeria continues to develop its digital economy, the role of cybersecurity will become even more significant. These leaders are not only securing Nigeria's digital future but are also creating opportunities for innovation and investment, making the country a safer place for businesses and individuals in the digital age. From Peter Obi's potential bid for the presidency in 2027 to Tinubu's diplomatic efforts on the international stage, and from security concerns in Sokoto and Kebbi to the NLC's demands for fair wages, Nigeria is at a pivotal moment. These stories reflect the ongoing challenges and opportunities that are shaping the nation's political, economic, and social landscapes. As these events unfold, they will have lasting impacts on the lives of millions of Nigerians. If you found this coverage insightful, please subscribe, like, and share for more updates on Nigeria's dynamic political and economic scene. Stay informed and stay engaged as we navigate these transformative times together.